Chapter 17 Liam's POV 4.87% 1C65 vouchers. After I left Angela in the kitchen, I entered my room and threw a vase at the mirror. I was angry, not at her. Never her. I was angry at myself. I was angry at Ethan for everything. I couldn't even stop her when she looked for apartments. I was numb. That night, I couldn't sleep. My phone buzzed, and when looked at it, I saw that it was Stephen. My teammate. I was sure that he would have found out through Marcus about Angela staying with me. I didn't want to answer. But I needed to talk to someone. I answered the call and sat at the edge of my bed. "Yo, Liam, are you good?" he asked, his voice holding a teasing edge, and I groaned. "Not now, Stephen," I told him, and he went quiet for a while. "What's wrong?" he asked, and I ended up telling him everything. He listened quietly, and when I finished, he let out a sigh. "That's tough, man," he said, and I let out a breath. We talked for a while, and then I ended the call. I needed to check on Angel. Left my room, and I stood outside her door for 4 hours. 4 hours. Long after the house had quieted, long after the anger in her voice had dissolved into broken little sobs that gutted me from the inside out. I didn't move. I couldn't. My forehead rested against the frame, my hands fisted helplessly at my sides as every muffled cry slipped under the crack of the door and carved another piece out of me. I'd always known this moment would come. I'd always known I couldn't outrun the truth forever, not the visit to Ethan, not the deal I made, not the reasons behind it. The day she found out, the day she looked at me with something other than trust. It was inevitable. But knowing something is inevitable doesn't prepare you for the feeling of Angela flinching away from you like you're poison. I pressed my palm flat to her door, wishing I could somehow push the words through the wood and into her heart. I didn't do it out of pity. I didn't do it because Ethan forced me. I did it because it was the only way to keep you close without scaling you away. But none of that would make sense to her. Not when though I'd been making decisions for her like she was some fragile toy I needed to fix. It was after midnight when my phone buzzed in my pocket. I didn't want to move. I didn't want her to hear me walk away from her door, but I forced myself to step aside. "Marcus." "Of course." I answered. "What?" 1/4 15:25 Friday, January 23rd DGG. Chapter 17 3.87% 1. Jesus, Marcus muttered. "You sound like you've been gargling hills. What happened?" "Stevens said you and your lady were having issues. Stevens needed to shut up." I leaned against the hallway wall and slid down to the floor. "She found out." A beat of silence. "Then, about Ethan, about everything starting to unravel," I muttered. "She asked me what we talked about that day, and I froze." "You idiot. I know." "No, you don't," he snapped. "You've been dancing around this for years, Liam. Years. You know you're going to have to tell her everything now, right? Including why you really did it." My throat tightened. "I can't." "Why the hell not?" "Because she already thinks I'm manipulating her." I dragged a hand over my face. "If I tell her I've been in love with her since I was 17, how do you think that's going to sound?" "Normal. Healthy." I let out a bitter laugh. "She'll call it obsession. She'll say I've been controlling her life." "Have you been controlling her life?" "No." The word ripped out too fast. Too raw. I didn't want her alone. And I didn't know how to tell her without scaring her off. I swallowed. "So yes, I talked to Ethan. But he didn't convince me of anything I hadn't already decided." Marcus exhaled heavily. "Then tell her that." "I can't." He sighed. A tired, knowing sigh. "Then you're going to lose her." The line went dead. I stared at my phone, wishing I could shut off my brain the same way. But I stayed on that floor, outside Angela's door, until her sobs finally went quiet. Until exhaustion pulled me under. I woke up to silence. The kind of silence that tells you before you even open your eye that something is very, very wrong. My neck ached as I pushed myself up. The hallway air was cold. Ooh, cold. Her door was open. My stomach dropped. "Angela," my voice sounded like gravel as I pushed inside. The OM was in perfect order, everything neat, everything untouched except the suitcase sitting near her closet. "Open." 2/4 15:25 Friday, January 23rd DGG. Chapter 17 Half packed last night. Fully packed now. My heart slammed against my ribs. 387% 155 vocere. I saw her in the living room, wearing jeans and a hoodie, her bag slung over her shoulder. Her hair was pulled back. Her eyes were swollen. But it was the emptiness in her face that nearly brought me to my knees. Angela, wait. I stepped in front of the door, blocking her path. Please, don't do this. She didn't even look angry. Just tired. I found a friend's place to stay for a while, she said quietly. I'll be fine, fine. The word stabbed. Let me explain, I begged. Just let me talk. I didn't get the chance last night. She shook her head. I'm done listening to half-truths. Ouch. Angela, my voice cracked. Christ, get it together. I swear to you I didn't do anything to hurt you. I wasn't Ethan. This wasn't some pity project. Then what was it? She asked softly. Tell me now. Right now. My mouth opened. My heart tried to leap out of my chest and throw the truth at her feet. But the words stayed trapped in my throat. If I told her everything, my history with her, the years I spent loving her from a distance, the night I saw her crying on that curb and swore I'd never let her feel alone again, she'd run faster than she was running now. I knew it. I lived with that fear every day. Her expression hardened. She reached for the doorknob. Okay, wait. Panic clawed up my spine. Just give me 1 week. She froze. 1 week, I repeated, stepping closer. 7 days. To prove to you that I'm not the bad guy. To show you that whatever you think is happening, it's not that. She stared at me, her fingers still on the doorknob. If after 7 days you still want to leave, I continued, breath shaking, I won't stop you. I won't call. I won't text. I'll disappear from your life completely. Her lips parted, surprise flickering across her face. Liam, no more secrets, I whispered. No more half-truths. You can ask me anything, and I'll answer it. All of it. I swear. 3/4/01525 Friday, January 23, DGG Chapter 17 87% 1s50 vouchers. Her chest rose and fell too fast. Like she was torn between running and staying. Her voice was barely above a breath. And if I catch you lying again, then I walk out that door, and I won't ever come after you. Silence. Long. Heavy. Dreadful. Then finally, 1 week, she said. But if I find out you're hiding anything, I'm gone. Relief hit so hard my knees nearly buckled. Deal. She brushed past me, her shoulder grazing mine in the softest, cruelest way. I breathed her in like a drowning man and hated myself for it. She didn't leave. But I'd never felt closer to losing her. 7 days. 7 days to prove something I'd kept buried for over a decade. 7 days to show her love without ever admitting it. 7 days to win her back without scaring her away. God help me. This was going to be hell. 4/4 AD comment send gift no ads 1525